Hare Krishna. Namaste. Chapter 6, entitled as Dhyana Yoga. Sloka 1. śrī-bhagavān uvāca anāśritaḥ karma-phalaṁ kāryaṁ karma karoti sannyāsī ca yogī ca niragnir cākriyaḥ. Karma Yoga, where one focus is attaining the vision of Atma through the practice of varnashrama dharma. Whatever one's varna and ashrama, one follows without giving up, with proper understanding that he is not the doer and being fully devoid of the fruits of one's action and free of proprietorship. That is, kartritvatyaha, palatyaha, mamatatyaha. That is, trivida parityaha. They give up these three things and performs action. And that person is called karma yogi. Or the non-jnana yogi is one who is fully focused in Atma without any interruption. Unlike the karma yogi, he doesn't have any obligation to perform any duty. He gives up all the karma, all obligation and duty, and has fully dedicated in focusing on Atma alone. Such person is called jnana yogi, who practices jnana yoga. Whereas bhakti yoga, the focus is on Krishna, unlike the karma yogi and jnana yogi, whose end result to have the vision of Atma. Here it's all about Krishna, fully utilizing everything in service of Krishna. That is bhakti yoga. This chapter 6, Dhyana Yoga, can be considered as a base for all yoga system, because dhyana means meditation. Meditation should be incorporated in anything that we do in our life, whether it's a karma yoga or jnana yoga or bhakti yoga. If one is not able to meditate, one is not able to focus in what they are doing, then they are not going to get a proper result. In one way, we can say that this chapter will help everyone to bring their mind to a focus, for one to attain vision of either Atma or Paramatma. Either case, one should learn how to meditate, how to perform dhyana, because without that, one cannot attain any goals. For example, if we are speaking and the speaker concentration is distracted, if there's no concentration, is thinking about what's going to happen after this recording is done, what I should be doing this evening, etc., then the message is not going to have an effect, and the speaker will not have any clarity what's following up as he speaks. And likewise, the hearer is also going to be confused. And if the hearer, in other words, is not focusing in the message and they're multitasking, then the result is not going to be effective. What they're going to learn from these things is not going to make much sense for them, is not going to bring any good result for them. Therefore, one has to try to focus on whatever they're trying to do as a meditation. It's a meditative process. That's why we can see everywhere conscious lifestyle is being recommended. Conscious thinking, conscious speaking, conscious action like speaking, seeing, etc. One has to be fully aware, conscious in what they are performing. Therefore, Consciousness is important. Consciously doing an action is very important. How do we attain that? By properly practicing dhyana, a meditation. In this chapter, there are 5 topics has been discussed. The first one is how to practice the yoga abhyasa vidhi. And then the second is different yogis within this practice. 4 of them are mentioned. Yogi Chaturdha. And then the third is the requirement for attaining the vision of self, such as whatever the practices, the renunciation, the detachment, etc. Yoga sadhana, that is the third one. And what in case if someone who's practicing unable to complete their practice, they fall down? What will be their destination, their accomplishment of taking up the yoga? And that's called yoga siddhihi. And then the last part is swayogasya paramyam, meaning the yoga concerning about Krishna. That is, the greatness of bhakti yoga has been mentioned in the last section of this chapter, the yoga of Krishna. Now, the first part or the first topic, yoga abhyasa vidhi, is covered in the 9 slokas, and these are called the introductory slokas for this chapter. Here, Krishna again mentions that karma yoga is essential and important. And this is again confirmed that karma yoga is a direct means for attaining the vision of self, and there is no need for intervention of jnana yoga. The reason Krishna says that is because if karma yoga is stopped and one performs dhyana yoga directly, they won't be able to focus because they still have the previous karmas and vasanas. They have to be burned so one can focus properly. That is 1 through 9. From 10 to 28, with these, the rules and the regulations of performing yoga, how to sit, where to sit, all those details are given in these set of slokas. From 29 through 32, 4 different kinds of yogis, or 4 stages of knowledge in the form of perception is been described in these sets. Based on the differences in knowledge, these yogis are also of 4 kinds. 33 sloka to 36, yoga sadhana, meaning dealing with mind, which has always been an obstacle in performing yoga. So that subject matter is discussed in 33 through 36 sloka. 37 through 45, yoga siddhihi. Here, the destination of an unsuccessful yogi is being explained. That is, even the person who has fallen down from the practice of yoga will be taken care by given a chance to continue his practices by providing better environment in his next life. He may be born in a family of yogis, so he can quickly progress in this path. And in 46th and 47th sloka, Swayogasya Paramyam. Here Krishna concludes this chapter stating, of all the yogis that we discussed so far, the Bhakti Yogi is the topmost because he completely fixes his mind on me. The breakdown of this chapter can be further in more detail or can be divided in different ways, but the essence is all the same. That's what we saw now. So let's pray at the lotus feet of Gita Acharya, Sri Krishna, before we enter into this chapter to help us provide a mental strength for us to understand the meanings of this chapter, and also pray for His grace so we can continue hearing and learning these slokas without any interruptions or obstacles. Namaste, Hare Krishna.